Hi guys, today in this tutorial we will be looking at a Node.js minimalistic framework called as koa.js. So this is the next generation web framework for Node.js. We will be looking at a basic CRUD application, how to build this CRUD application. This is a country CRUD application. Here you can just add a simple country. Let's suppose I write here USA. So this will add this country. If I click add here, you will see that this will add this country to this list here. You can add as many countries as you want. Let's suppose Netherlands. Add it. So this is a short little CRUD application that we will be building, and we will be looking at how to build this in koa.js. So this is basically a crash course. So let's get started. Hello friends, let's get started by building this koa.js CRUD application. So create a new folder onto your desktop and let me just name it as koa CRUD. You can name it anything of your choice. So if I open this folder inside my command line, so I will just write here cmd. So this will open command line here inside my editor. So here I will initialize the node project by executing npm init -y. So this will create the package.json file with the default options. Now if I will open this file inside Visual Studio Code, I'm using this editor. You can use any text editor of your choice. So you will see that it has created this package.json file. So this will have the default project name, description, and this is the also the dependency section if you want to install the dependency. Now I will be opening the integrated terminal of this Visual Studio Code, and first of all I will install Koa. So in order to install it, we will execute this command npm I koa. So this will install this dependency inside our Node.js project. So just wait, it will execute this command here and it will get populated inside the dependency section inside package.json. So just wait, it is just installing here. So now you can see that guys, it has successfully installed it. So one other dependency I will need is nodemon. So this will be a dev dependency. I will be executing this command npm I --save -dev nodemon. So this will restart our server when we make any kind of changes to our project. So we need not have to start our server again and again. So just wait, it is executing here. This will install this dependency. So you can see that guys, it has successfully installed this dependency, and now I can just close this integrated terminal. So you will see that in the dependency section we have Koa installed, and in the dev dependency we have nodemon installed. And one other thing that you need to do here is that in order to configure nodemon, make a start script here, and here you just need to write nodemon index.js. So basically the starting point of our application. So just put a colon here and write here nodemon index.js and just rename this test from start here. That's it. And now we just need to create our index.js file. So this will be the starting point of our application. First of all, we need to import Koa. So we just need to require it. And secondly, we just need to start our Koa app. So we will write here new Koa. So sorry, KOA. So this will start our server here and it will store this instance in this app variable. Now we just need to print something on the screen. So for that we will be using the context variable here. So I will be initializing the body property of the context to, let's suppose, a string value of hello world. So inside this we will write here hello world. And now we just need to start our server. So we will just write app.listen. So port number will be 5000 and there is a callback function, arrow function. Here we can just write on the console that app has started on port 5000. Now we can just run our application. So I will go to the command line and execute this command npm start. So this will start our nodemon server. You will see that it is said that app is started on port 5000. And now if I go back to the app here, if I type localhost 5000, so it will start this server and you will see this string coming up, hello world. And now if you want to make a API, let's suppose you want to convert this into a JSON response, you can just surround this inside curly brackets, and here you can just write in single quotes here, message property. That's it. Put a colon here. That's it. So this will surround a JSON response. So now if I refresh it, you will see a JSON response coming here, and there is a module in Koa. If you want to have if you want to serve JSON objects, you can use this module. So I will be running my terminal. I will be executing a command here, npm install Koa JSON. So this is a library which allows you to work with JSON files. So basically just execute this command and it will install this library inside your Node.js application, npm Koa JSON. So just install this. So you will see that it has successfully installed it. And now in order to import this library, we will just use JSON, and we just need to require it. So we will just write here Koa JSON, and here after we initialize our app, we can just initialize a middleware, which will be, we need to use JSON. That's it. And now it will be, if I just refresh it, you will see that it will be aligning the JSON response on the new line. So it will align the JSON response properly. So with the help of this library, you can do JSON operations. So this was the one use case of using this library. Now guys, I will be integrating the routing capabilities inside our koa.js application. So for specific purpose, we will be installing a plugin which will be npm koa-router. So basically this is a library which allows you to add the routing capabilities inside your application. I have already installed it, so it will be saying to me that I have already installed this package. So now in order to integrate it, we will be declaring a variable koa router, and we will be requiring it inside your application, which will be koa router. That's it. And now we just need to set up the middleware. But before setting up the middleware, we just need to initialize our router. So we will be initializing the new instance of Koa router, and then we will be setting the middleware. So this is very simple, app.use, and inside this we will pass the router.routes method we will use, and then we will bind another middleware which will be router.allowed methods. So this line you need to write in order to have the router working. And after this we will be initializing a simple get request. So you can make a get request or post request also. So let me just make a get request to this route here /test. So if I open this, we will be making a simple request. Let me have async ctx, and this will be ctx.body, and we will be initializing a simple string that this is coming from a test endpoint like this. And now if I refresh it, and if I go back to this route here, localhost 5000/test, so you will see that this is coming from a test endpoint. So our router is working, and we have successfully added the routing capabilities inside the koa.js application. You can just make this as a JSON response also. So I can just copy this line here. You can just make this like this. So paste it here, and now if I again refresh it, you will see that this will be coming as a JSON response. So now in this way you can just add routing capabilities inside your koa.js application. And now guys, we will be loading a view inside our koa.js application. For that we will be again using a library. So just get over the terminal and execute this command koa.ejs. So ejs is kind of a template engine for rendering out the HTML documents inside your koa.js application. So koa.ejs.
So I have already installed this. So now in order to import this, we will be creating a render variable and we will be requiring it, and here we will pass koa dot dash EJS, and now we just need to initialize the middleware here, and right here after this we can just write here render, and we can call this, and we can just pass the app here as a first argument, and the second argument it takes various options. So the first options it takes is the root directory where the koa.js application look for views. So basically for that we also need the path module. So path module is a built-in module of the Node.js. You did not have to require it or download it. So here you can just pass path here, and now we can just use a simple method of path module which is join, and here we can just pass dir name, the current directory, and here we will create a directory name which will be views. So we will just pass here views, put a comma. The second argument is it uses is layout option. So here we will be also be creating a layout file also. So this will hold all the default options that it will be inheriting to all the files. And the third option it takes is the view extension. So we will be writing this views in HTML language, so we will provide here HTML. The fourth option it takes is the catch option. So if you want to have catching inside enabled, you can just pass a boolean value. I will passing false here. And the last option is debug. It also be a false. That's it. And now it has successfully created this EJS template engine. We have successfully rendered out the middleware, and now we just need to make a simple request which will be we just need to, after this, router.get, and we will be making this request on the home route. This will be async ctx, and this will be a callback function, and inside this we will be using await because we are using async here. So we will be rendering out a template ctx render. So inside this we will be making a file which will be index.ejs. So now we will be creating this file. Now guys, I will be creating the views folder. So right here inside your root folder, just create a views folder. Inside it we will create two files. First will be the layout file, layout.html, and the second file will be the index.html. So basically first of all we will create the layout.html file. So here we will be having all the default that we need to write. So I will just write here exclamation mark tab. So this will generate a basic document inside my editor here. So I will just write here countries CRUD application, and here we just need to import Bootstrap. So I will just go to this website and copy the CDN for the CSS, and here I will be having a link tag relative is equal to style sheet, and the href will be equal to the style sheet. So this will grab the Bootstrap CDN and it will include it. And now we just need include the container class of Bootstrap. So this will include the container class of Bootstrap, and now we just need to write this syntax which will be angular bracket %sign dash body. So also just do this, and now inside index.html we can write anything here. Let's suppose a heading, let's suppose countries I love. And now if I refresh the application and go to the home route, you will see that the same text is written here inside the home route. So now we are successfully rendering out the views inside our koa.js application. Now guys, we will be adding the navbar inside our application. So in order to add this, just go to this website, that is getbootstrap.com, and here you just need to search for the Navbar component. So you will be redirected to this website, and here you can just copy paste this example, which is a very simple Navbar. So just click on the copy button, and for including the Navbar component, just make a separate folder of partials. So inside this, create a file which is underscore navbar.html. So I am just putting this underscore because this is a partial. So inside this, copy paste the whole code here, and now we just need to edit this. But I will be just be loading this navbar in the layout.html. So right here before the container class, you just need to write this angular bracket %sign, and then we will write here include, and it is there in the partials folder, partial slash underscore navbar.html. So essentially we are writing the whole address of the file here, and just close here and %sign and angular bracket. And now we have successfully included this navbar. So now if I reload the application, you will see that this navbar will be loaded inside the application. And now we just need to edit this navbar according to our needs. So we don't need this form here, so we can just delete it. We only need one list item, so we also don't want this. So I can just delete this, and also delete this. I only want this one list item, so here I will just write here add country. So this will redirect to a route which will be /add country, and just make this ML. So this will be margin left auto, and also change the heading to country CRUD, and this will redirect to the home page. So put a slash here. So the navbar is done. So now if I reload this, you will see that this is our navbar. Here I can just press this add country button to add a new country. So obviously this route is not being created. In the later we will create this, and this will redirect to the home route. Now guys, we will be statically include the countries inside our application. So for that we just need to declare some global variables inside index.js. So one variable will be the countries array. So this will hold all the countries which will be listed out in this application. So the first entry, let's suppose I have, is India. The second, New Zealand. And I want to just pass this array inside our index document. So the way by which we can do that is put a second argument and a set of curly brackets. So inside this we can just write countries, and we can pass the actual countries array. And let me also pass the title dynamically, that is countries I love, and that's it, and put a comma here. And here inside index.html we can just replace the static value with the dynamic value like this. Put a dash here and the name of the variable. And now if I refresh the application, you will see no change. I am dynamically fetching the title. And now I just want to have the list of countries displayed here, and I will be displaying it inside list group. So this is Bootstrap class. So inside list group we will be iterating over the array that we have passed countries. So in order to do that, we will be using the syntax again. The name of the array is countries, and we will be using for each. So inside this we will be having our country. This is just a variable here, and inside this we just need to loop through. And just put this arrows like that, and so inside this we will be having the list item. So we will be giving a class to it which will be list group item. This is again a Bootstrap class. List group item. So inside this we will be populating our variable, which is in this case country. So now if I save this, you will be seeing that these two countries are listed out inside our list item, India, New Zealand. And now our motto is to click this add country button, and now we need to dynamically add countries by the form element.
We will be adding a simple route in order to add a country dynamically. So we will just write here router dot get, and inside this we will pass the route that slash add country. So this is the route that we have given here. So we will put a comma, async ctx, again this will be a callback function, and inside this we will write here await, and we will render out a template which will be simple add here. So now we just need to create this template. So just move on to the folder views. So we will create this template. So create a file here which will be add.html. So inside this form, inside this file, we just need to create a simple form element, and before that we just need to create a heading. So this heading, we will be giving a class to it, Bootstrap class. This will be display 4 and margin bottom 4. So this will just align this heading properly. So this heading will be add country. That's it. And now after this we will be having our form element. So form method will be post, and the action will go to, this will be add country again. So inside this form we will be having a input field. So we will be giving it a class. First of all, we will be wrapping it inside form group. This is a Bootstrap class again. So inside this we will be having input type will be of text, and let me also give it a name property of country, and we don't need ID. Instead we will be giving a class of form control, and also form control LG. That's it. So this is a input field, guys. So now if I refresh it, if I refresh the application, and if I go back to this application, and if I go to the route here, click this button add country, so you will see that this is the input field here. Here you can just write any country of your choice, and after that we will have to have a in submit button also. So this will be input type submit, and the value, let me just give it add, and also we will be having a class of btn dark, and let me also make it large by giving btn lg. And now if I refresh it, you will see a submit button being added here, black button. So this will not go anywhere because we haven't made a post request. And now we also need a button to go back. So for that we will be having an anchor tag. Let me have a class of it of btn danger. So this will make it red color, and also we will have to make btn lg. The label I will give is cancel. So the href attribute, it will go to the home route. So now if I refresh it, you will see a cancel button also. If I click it, I will go back to the home route. So now we need to make this post request to this add country route here, the last portion of this application. So the last thing that we need to do here is that we just need to make a post request to this add country route here. So we will write here router.post. This is a post method, and we will be making a post request to this route here, add country, and we will be doing it in a different way now. We will be executing this add function now. So we are calling this add function. Now we just need to make this function. So this function will be async. So async function add, and we will pass the context variable here ctx like this. And now we just need to get the value that the user has typed. So for that specific purpose, we just need to install a library of Koa, which will be npm install Koa body parser. So just write this command here in the terminal and execute it. I have already installed this library, so it will tell me that you have already installed it. So this is a command in order to install it, and after successfully importing that, you just need to import it inside your application. So here we will just write body parser. This will require the Koa body parser. This is a library, and now we just need to initialize the middleware right after we initialize our app here like this. We will use here app.use and body parser. We will call this function like this. So this will initialize the body parser for us. So now we can successfully get the thing that the user has typed in the input field. So right here inside our ctx, we will type, first of all, get the body like this, ctx dot request dot body. After getting the body, we can just get the country that the user has typed like this, body dot country. Because we have given the name attribute in the add.html, you will see that whatever name attribute that you have given, you need to write this inside your index.js. So after getting the country, we just need to add it to the countries array that we have declared right here. You can see that this is our countries array. Now in order to push any entry here, we can just write countries. We can just write this dot countries, or we can just use countries dot push to push an element. We can pass this entry country, and then we can just redirect the user. Redirect, this is a method here in the inside context here. In order to redirect the user, we will redirect it to the home route like this. Put a slash here, that's it. So this completes our application. Now if I refresh the application, let's suppose I refresh it, and let me add a country here. Let's suppose Pakistan. So you can see that. Let me just refresh it. Let me add a country, Sri Lanka. Click on the add button. So you will see that this Sri Lanka country has been successfully added. Click on add country again. Let me add the United Kingdom. Add it. So you can see that this country has been successfully added. So this completes our application, guys. You can always click the cancel button to go back. So this is a short little CRUD application that we have built in koa.js. This is a Node.js minimalistic framework that we have looked in this tutorial. So thanks very much for watching this.